Hi folks, this is Jay. Hope you're okay today. It's good to be with you. I just want to share some thoughts about Northern Ireland and truth and justice. I think there's an important point to make here that is often gone missed by UK politicians, and if the point is not taken and if the point is not put into action, then I'm afraid there's going to be more social unrest in Northern Ireland. Now that point is this, is that truth and justice is not being done in Northern Ireland. It's not being done for the families who've had members of their family killed. You see, the political assessment that politicians made in Northern Ireland was done by papering over the cracks of families who've had individuals killed. Those families need reconciliation, they need justice. There are females, parents, groups of men, young men who've been taken, who were shot, who were killed on both sides, and the families don't know where the bodies are, don't know who did the murders, etc. And it's a disgrace, and some of the families who've lost their loved ones and who don't know the full situation of what happened deserve to be told the full details. And I think there should be a Truth and Justice Commission like that was done in South Africa, where an open court is given, and those who perpetrated crimes, if they come forward and acknowledge the crimes that they've done and tell the details of what happened, that they will get an amnesty from prosecution. That way the families will know what has happened, will know what has taken place, will be able to grieve properly, and though it would be difficult, they would be able to put things to rest. That has to be done for the political process in Northern Ireland to have real healing. But there is not going to be real healing unless those families are given justice. They need to know what happened to their loved ones, and I think politicians in Northern Ireland and in the UK are doing a disservice to those families and the victims of what happened over the years in Northern Ireland. What's going to happen is the politicians are going to close ranks, the police service will close ranks, and things will continue to be covered up, and these things will continue to fester and continue to explode on the media from time to time. But there's never going to be real reconciliation within Northern Ireland communities until this issue is dealt with. It has to be faced head on, it has to be faced with absolute honesty. And if it's not, then I'm afraid eventually it's going to explode into sectarian violence in years to come, because those festering issues were never ever dealt with. So instead of papering over the cracks in Northern Ireland, it's better to take the bulls by the horn and actually deal with the real underlying deeper issues in Northern Ireland. And I think that the cracks have just been papered over, and I think eventually from time to time families and the injustice that they've had will come up in the media, and it will fester in the media from time to time, and then eventually we'll see more sectarian violence in years to come, all because of expediency by politicians who didn't take the will of the ordinary people into consideration, and who didn't do the reconciliation in a more proper, open, accountable way. It needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be dealt with now. And if there's any MPs or politicians out there, you need the political will to decide to push for more of a stronger, robust, open forum, truth and reconciliation forum and process. Now I know that there are many politicians out there, bigwigs who are powerful politicians on both sides of the camp, that will not want this, that they will fight tooth and nail to try and stop it. But at the end of the day, if you want peace in Northern Ireland, and if you want justice for the people and the victims on both sides, then there will be some people, politicians of great integrity, who will take up the challenge, and you will prevail. There will be a sea change politically one day where people will realise that this agenda of a truth and reconciliation process is needed, and the tide will turn. It might take 5 years, 10 years, 14, 20 years. I don't know how long it'll take. It'll take some time, and it will take a lot of hard work, and it'll take tenacious politicians who will never give up. But it will happen, and when it happens, it will be a lot better for Northern Ireland, and it will bring peace to the families who have been grieving, and it will also do the perpetrators good, because they will have to face the things that they did, and it will make them realise what they did and take responsibility for what they did. So the onus is on you. If you know a politician, an MP, pass this video on, and you as an MP need to make a decision. You need to go home, you need to drink a strong glass of scotch, you need to weigh up the pros and cons, and you need to make a decision. Are you going to fight this? And when you made that decision, it's going to cost you everything. It's going to be the greatest political battle of your life, and probably in modern times in the UK. You're going to get threats, you're going to be intimidated, you're going to have the main establishment against you. But there's a couple of things on your side. Number one, ordinary people who've been victims and their families will be watching you. And number two, you have the absolute confidence that right is on your side, and you will prevail, and others will join you: judges, lawyers, academics, writers, thinkers, people on the ground, ordinary working people. A great swell will join you, and you will overcome, and there will be truth and reconciliation in Northern Ireland, and there will be a much deeper and lasting peace because of the sacrifice that you give and those around you. So drink your scotch, think deeply about the cost, and then get on and start politically agitating for a truth and reconciliation court like they did in South Africa. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.